What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. We post on a Tuesday and a Thursday every single week, day in the life jobbing videos, sometimes full jobs, sometimes training videos, sometimes business related videos. You might notice that I've started to become a sucker and using clickbaity titles, clickbaity thumbnails. Now, I'm sorry if that offends you. It does annoy me when I watch somebody's and think, you dramatise that. But it's getting the views in, so yeah, just take my thumbnails a lot of the time with a pinch of salt. Anyway, that's enough chit chat. It's been 40 seconds already and we've not even got into it. So give this video a like, consider subscribing if you haven't already, and let's get into it. First job this morning, yes it is 9:10 and I am on my first job, is this has stopped working completely. I don't repair electric showers. I wouldn't have a clue where to get the stuff from, parts from, maybe the internet. I wouldn't have a clue where to start and what's wrong. So I just swapped them out for the price of them. Customers bought this Triton T80 Easy Fit and apparently it's a direct swap. I've heard that before. So we'll get the power turned off and the water turned off. Then we'll have to test for dead. Then always put a sheet down in the shower, because although you might not this time, if you drop a spanner, screwdriver or whatever, it will pierce that tray and then you are up poop creek without a paddle. What did I drop? I dropped something once, but thankfully I had a towel now. If not, that'd have been awful, because I was only there changing the shower. So on the Tritons you've got, you won't be able to see it, but Phillips screw there and two on top. Just undo them and that'll remove the front cover. That's front cover off now. You've got a fixing point there, one here. Sometimes there is one here, but not on this occasion. And obviously the cold feed is there. Not looking too pretty behind this. Good start, customer couldn't turn water off. They are elderly. The valve is down on the floor. It's a newish stop tap, but it's so stiff, even I struggled. So we might be back here to put in a sewer stop in at a higher level and a lever valve. So make sure it's safely isolated. You got your neutral, live and earth here. Hopefully it'll be in the same position on the new one. Although we do look like we've got quite a bit of movement down there. Obviously we'll remove that union. These two screws and whip this one out. So that's the old one off now. I'm just unboxing the new one. What you do not want to forget, which we've all done, is when the pipe's not coming down the wall, you put these little covers on, because you can't get them in after you fix the shower back to the wall, which is great. Like I say, we've all done that. Truth, I've left that screw in up there because of the style of fix it is. It can slide up and down. So let's see if the fixing points are in the same place. That pipe has moved because I struggled to get it off the old one. I think it'll go with two hands. Tighten up your elbow, compression elbow to your plastic inlet on the shower. Make sure you're holding the elbow square. Don't just tighten up the valve with one spanner, because it will crack the plastic. So the fixing points did line up with the old one, thank God. Just wiring the live, neutral and earth now. It's going well for a change. The bottom panel on. It just slides into that groove and that groove. It's a bit naff, but it does get held in a bit better with the screw. When you screw the front panel on, it screws up through there and into the body of the shower. Next job we want to do is get the water back on, and then we can put our front panel on and do the slide rail, which I'm hoping, again, is a straight fit. Sometimes I put a little bit of soap on these slide rails because the soap dish is incredibly stiff. Just help it slide up and down. Now that little LED light needs clipping to the back of the cover before pushing it on the front. So these holes in the soap dish are to put your hose through. So when your hose is through, and it was fastened on the bottom of there, it's so that there's not enough length for the head to ever sit in the bottom of the tray. Because if there's water in the bottom of the tray and you shut this off, cross-contamination, it could get back in the water mains, etc. That's what they say. I'm not sure how often that happens, if ever. The problem with leaving it in this is it makes it difficult for the customer to wash the shower down after use. So it's supposed to go in there. I always put it in there, put it in the hole and leave it there. Best put the Imperial leather soap back. That's a blast from the past. Ugh, smells fantastic. So when commissioning these, it needs to be fully to the cold, on the cold setting up there, and then you run it through until it starts spluttering, just clearing all that air out of the system. You don't want to have air in the heat exchanger when it's trying to warm up, otherwise it just causes problems. So yeah, run it on cold and slowly rotate that clockwise until you get to the hot. This is obviously when it's running. And then back to cold and do it on that setting, same again, and the twin element setting as well. Make sure you test then that all the operations are working correctly. Demonstrate to customer, job done. So on Cadent, I've been out and capped the gas hob off because the isolation valve behind is leaking from the spindle. So I've got to take this cooker out. Normally there's 2 screws in here, but not on this occasion, and that should slide out. So that's where they've capped it off, a 10mm cap there. Pipework's not looking too clever on this, and that is the valve what's been leaking, so we're going to swap that out. Unfortunately, I don't have a 10mm valve in the van, I don't think. Good. Not a clip in sight. Unfortunately, I haven't got 10mm valve, so I'm going to have to... So as I was saying, I'm going to have to solder 2 of these end feed 15mm reducers on. So I can use that new 15mm valve. Something like that. Get this valve on and see if I can sort out any clips on that. It's not ideal. So like with any valve, it needs to fall to off. Like that. More importantly with the gas valve. And obviously be always aware that this pipe and valve has got to fit in the cutout at the back of the oven. Let that cool down a little bit more, and then we'll get a drop test put on. The reason why you have to let it cool down first, especially on the gas pipe, is because it'll affect the readings when you're trying to do a tightness test. The heat, as it cools down, the pipe cools down whilst you're doing it, it just affects the readings, just like if you grabbed hold of whilst doing the test, it'll alter the pressure because of the heat, and sometimes the sun beaming on it and then clouds going over the sun can affect the readings as well. It's a bit of a pain, but yeah, just make sure your pipe is cooled down before performing a test. Beautiful. Get this put back in now, this gas meter test nipple tightened up, and LDF the handle, and we'll get our safety checks done on the gas hob. Not many people know or do this, but everywhere you've actually done on the gas pipe, oops, Jesus, you're supposed to LDF even after testing. Cooking on gas. Cringe, I know. Ugh. Of course this thing was trying to fire whilst I had the gas off. I have only just Done a service on this a couple of months ago. So she should be good as gold. So another short and sweet one for you, as was the last one. Sorry about that. I'm trying to increase them to be longer videos, but all I've really been doing is boiler servicing. Sometimes I can't film on certain jobs as well. Permission's not granted, or it's just not the right situation. So I'll keep trying to oomph the length of the videos, as I do with everything. Everything needs to be a little bit longer. But if you've liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't already, and I will catch you lot on the next one. Thank you very much.